So today, I'm gonna share with you how, without a calculator, you can still complete the questions. Okay. All right. Now let's have a look at the. I think I can start already. Everyone got your stuffs with you? Anybody needs to go toilet? Don't need. Gone. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start this one. So very quickly, I saw your answers. Some of you got it, but some of you got it all questions correct for number one, but some of you didn't. Now, reason being because of the decimal point. If your decimal point is not correct, then you'll not be able to get it. Okay, now, here, very quickly, when it comes to decimal, let's say I have 2.347, for example. This is your what place? I also know the answers. Okay, chill. This is your tens place. This will be the hundredths place. And this is the thousands. Okay, take note of this TH at the back. Okay, some of my students are P6s. They still make mistake at this point when they're supposed to identify. Usually, this question is in your MCQ and it is a 1 mark question. This is a bonus, okay? So please make sure you know your place values. So, for example, this will be your 3, 10, 400, and 7,000. The guiding number or the guiding digit for you is actually the 0. 1 0 means 1 decimal places, 2 zeros, which is in 100, 2 decimal places, 3 zeros means 3 decimal places. So if I have 2 tenths like this is 2 tenths, okay? So it should be written this way. All right. Now, for those of you who didn't get it, it is written this way. All right. Now, then 23 hundredths now. 2300, write down as it is. 2300 decimal point, or rather the denominator will be 100, so that you know that you must have 2 decimal places. So in front is 0, 2 decimal places, that's 23. Okay, now if they ask you, if they tell you 23 thousandths, so how do you write that in decimal? Can you give me your answers on the chat? Very good, Evan. If they say 23 thousandths, how you write it in decimal? Well done, Rachel and Shambhavi. ZX. Oh, Shambhavi, be careful, Shambhavi. You have an extra 0. Chris, that's right. ZX, correct. Okay. All right. So you must be careful. This is 23 thousandths. That means it is 0 and 3 decimal places. So where should I put the 3? In front or the back? I should be putting it from the back. Okay, so you fill it up from the back. Here, followed by this, followed by this. So this is first, second, third that you fill in. Okay, so if you do it this way, it won't go wrong. So again, 421,000, that's 0.3 decimal. So it is, okay, thousands, right? So that's 421 over 1,000. So fill it in from the back, 1, 2, 4. Okay, now then you have 800, which is 8 over 100, and 61 thousandths. So what do I have here? Okay, it's either you make the decimal into times 10 and times 10 so that you get 80 over 1,000 plus 61 over 1,000. So you can add up to give you 141 over 1,000. Or you can write it down individually. Now, what do I mean by that? You can take here, this is 2 decimal places, 0.08 plus 0.061. So put a 0 at the back. So you can do it this way. Okay, 0.141, or you can do it this way. So this will also give you 3 decimal places, 141. Okay, everyone. Now, what I see from your answers are, you all have the decimal point. Okay, for those of you who wrote down 0.861, Evan and Gordon and Kenny's, you put 8.610. Okay, so you have to be careful. So Tanishka as well. All right. So again, the decimal point plays an important part. So you have to be very careful. Okay, let's take a look at question number 2. You're supposed to give your answers as decimal. So this one is where manually you're supposed to calculate without using your calculator. So this is pretty straightforward. So without the calculator, why do we have this exercise if we ask you to use calculator? So the purpose is to make sure that you don't use your calculator so that you know what to do when you're sitting for your paper 1. Okay, so for part A, I have 0.77 plus 0.42. So that's 9 and 1. Yes, you gotta read. Yes, Gordon, you gotta practice for paper 1. And you gotta make sure that you can complete this within 3 minutes. Okay? You gotta make sure that you complete this in 3 minutes. So same thing for part B. So we must make sure that the 10, the decimal point, the ones place, they must all align. Okay? So once they are aligned, okay, then it's easier for you to perform the addition. You don't have paper 1? I think everyone would have paper 1.
I live in Japan, and Japan curriculum is different.
Oh, do you mean now you're in Japan?
Yeah, I'm now in Japan. I'm actually Indian, but right now, currently, I'm in Japan.
Oh, but then you're at 9:40 right now?
Yeah. No,
Wow,
it's 8:40. It's 8:40. The class ends at 9:45.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize you're in Japan. Well, that's nice. Is it very cold?
I mean, yeah, it gets extremely cold in the summer, but when it's like summer, like in winter, it gets extremely cold. But when it's summer, it's extremely hot. So now, like it's hot. But the thing is, in India, it's even more hotter.
Oh, okay. So you have a friend now sitting with you.
In India, I don't like it.
Oh.
So glad that I'm in Japan because I can't bear this much.
Right. Okay. All right. So Japan, you're very lucky. You don't have paper 1, but unfortunately here we have paper 1. So the rest of you, no choice. Okay. All right. Hang on. I think someone just came in. I think it's Shane, right? Okay. All right. So Shane, we are doing the questions from the worksheet. Okay. So again, just to make sure that you ensure that what you need to make sure, you need to make sure that your numbers are aligned. So once the numbers are aligned, then the addition would be pretty straightforward. So this is for us to practice our paper 1, okay? And of course, part B, the answer would be, someone tell me what's the answer? I think this is pretty straightforward. I don't really need to show all, right? I hope. Okay. Oh, the X drop off. Thank you, Joanne. And Shambhavi. Okay. All right. Now, so we have this 5 and 1. 15.31. Okay, so now, this is interesting when you see a multiplication. what is interesting about multiplication? So you see, for part A, I have 1.9 times 1,000. So 1,000 has 3 zeros, right? So the easiest way to do this kind of question is to shift. Because it is times, you have to shift to the right. Okay, how many decimal points? Follow the number of zeros. So you have 1, 2, and 3. So this is 1, 9, 0, 0. Now, if I have, let's say, 2 times 1,000, we know that the answer is 2,000, right? Now, do you know that what you actually are doing is to move the decimal point 3 places as well? Okay, you also, what you're doing is to also move the decimal places, because the decimal place is here, 2.0, because 2.0 is the same as 2. So if I move 3 places, I will get 2,000. So for part B, I have 0.25 times 100 because it is 2 zeros. So you move 2 decimal places to give you 25. So the first one is 1,900. So this move by 1 decimal place to give you 17.8. And the next one, because of the 100, you move by 2 decimal places. Okay? All right. Very good. Thank you. So division works the same way. Now, for multiplication, you shift to the right. For division, what do? You shift to the left. Okay? Multiplication, you shift to the right. So for the division, you shift decimal point to the left. So divide by 2 means shift 2 decimal places to give you 0.022. Okay? So same thing for part B, shift 2 decimal places. Can someone give me the answer? Can someone give me the answer?
0.0152.
0.0152. Yes, you must have 0.0152. Now you can check. If you divide by 100, if you multiply by 1,000, by 100, sorry, would you get the same answer? Yes, that's how you check your answer. Whether you go forward and backward, you should arrive at the same answer. So same thing, last one, part C, what do you get?
0.03835.
Very good. 0.03835. Because if I multiply by 100, it's 3.835. Okay, then the last one will be
0.02722.
0.02722. Okay, well done. All right. Now, now what we need to do is to convert. To convert what? We're supposed to convert fractions to decimal. When you convert fractions to decimals, what do you need to do? Anyone? I need to make sure that my denominator is either, yes, Shambhavi?
Any multiples of 10?
Multiples of 10, so that's 10. What else?
100
and 1,000. Very good. Okay. So the denominator must be 10, 100, and 1,000. Okay. So this is something that to be able to remember this is very useful, because remember this multiplication, 5 times 20 is 100 and 4 times 25 is 100. 8 times 1 to 5 will be 1000.